Welcome back. Welcome back to another Beeline to Passports. My name is Joe Batista. I'm your host. And tonight we have a special guest. This guest, he is an actor. Also, he is a stunt, also a producer. And one more thing.
Professional wrestler.
There you go.
Independent professional wrestler.
Professional wrestler. And tonight we have in our show Mr. Kareem Everison. Kareem, welcome
Thank
to
you.
Beeline to Passports.
Thank you. I appreciate you having me.
Thank you for accepting the invitation. And like every week, we ask our guests how everything started. We want to know about your childhood, your education. We want to know uh, where you start your careers in plural because it's different all in entertainment, wrestling, also the acting part. And, we want to know all that information.
Awesome. Okay. So so my childhood, I actually excuse me. I was born in Barbados, the island in the Caribbean. I came to the United States when I was 3
Okay.
with my family. I grew up in Worcester, Massachusetts. I moved to Florida in 2017, and that's when I started professional wrestling.
Okay.
I started training at the legendary Pro Wrestling Academy by a gentleman with the name of excuse me, a gentleman by the name of Frankie Reyes.
Okay.
So I've trained with him for a year. Had my first match in October 13th, 2018.
Okay. Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. And what make you to, well, let's start with the wrestling part.
Okay.
What do you make it to become a wrestler?
Well, growing up, I love watching wrestling.
Okay.
I was actually doing backyard wrestling when I was in Massachusetts. So
Dangerous and also
yeah, very.
and you can hurt yourself.
Yeah, exactly. Once I moved to Florida, I found the wrestling school and I was motivated to train professionally. So that's what got me into it.
Awesome. Awesome. Now, you did in Massachusetts, you moved to Florida. In Florida, doing the independent, that helps also with the other part, the stunts part, because
Yes.
on wrestling you need to do a lot of stunts.
Oh, yeah.
You're jumping from ropes
Yeah.
and doing some flips and many other things, and also you get stronger because you need to. Guys, basically, you need to be healthy and also strong, because it's not only you. Sometimes it's you and a partner against two people, but also it's one-on-one matches,
Oh, yeah.
and you need to be strong running, lifting, all the things. uh, Saying that, when you started doing the wrestling, you said what age you started?
I started late actually.
Okay.
when I when I started training, I was 26.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right
Okay.
now I'm 33.
Okay.
Yeah.
Basically several years now
Yeah.
after you start the program and start doing your career as a professional independent wrestler. uh, but my question now gonna be, doing this, you see yourself going to, I call it the major leagues, the WWE, EAW, any of those?
If that's in the cards.
Okay.
No, actually, I wouldn't mind doing that.
All right.
I wouldn't mind signing with a major company, but a major promotion.
Okay.
But honestly, my focus right now, my passion is mostly in acting.
All right. All
Yes.
right.
But I still enjoy wrestling. I love professional wrestling. I just enjoy it.
Awesome. Uh, and now going to the acting part, during the wrestling things or matches or doing the promotion, you are acting.
Oh yeah. There's a bit of it's theater, it's live theater. So there's
Correct.
a bit of acting in it.
Correct. Like
Yes.
you basically try to promote yourself and try to engage the public to basically to follow you
Yes.
and to cheer for you during the matches. Uh, Now you're applying anything that you learn in acting.
Yes.
Had you been in any acting school or took any acting classes?
I have not had any formal training in acting. No.
Okay.
I just I guess I'm a natural. I guess I just have a passion for the creative arts. So
Correct. That's good. That's good. I asking that question because one thing gonna take you to another.
yes.
You to try to polish your acting career. You take some acting classes. Also, they're gonna help you with the stunts that you're gonna do to try to get more audience to your wrestling matches and make it more. Let's say is the word credible.
Yeah.
If you have a feud against somebody and you want to bring that what do you call it the beef
The smoke.
to the smoke
Yeah.
to the people who say, hey, I want to get more people to follow you, and people they basically go to the matches and pay whatever is the amount on the ticket just to see you on that ring.
Oh yeah.
Most definitely,
Yep.
most definitely. And now in your family, any actors, anybody involved in the entertainment industry?
Well, I do have a cousin in Barbados who's actually entertainer. He's a soca artist
Okay,
as well as an actor.
okay,
Yeah.
awesome, awesome. Basically, it's on your genes.
Yeah.
Let's say that it's part of the family business.
Yeah.
All right.
For sure.
Yeah. One more question. In the training for become a wrestler. Now you're doing some acting. Uh, you start applying that, but also you are a writer.
Yes, sir.
And not only that you're a writer, you produce
Yes.
also films.
Yeah.
All right. Now, in that side, anybody in that side on your family, then they are writers or they basically involved in the film industry?
Only my cousin that I
Oh,
just mentioned. He's the only one.
the only one.
Yeah.
All right. Basically, it's a gift from God.
Yes, sir. It is.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. But Kareem, let's take this first commercial break.
All right.
And when we come back, we're going to listen more about your story and also learn more about your projects, anything that you've been doing during these last couple years. But let's take this first commercial break. And people, stay tuned because we have more information about Mr. Kareem here in Beeline to Passports on GKI Radio. We are back. We are back from commercial break. Great music. You're listening GKI Radio. My name is Joe Batista. I am your host of Beeline to Passports every Monday at 8 p.m. on GKI Radio. And tonight we have a special guest. This special guest, he's a professional independent wrestler, producer, writer. He also does stunts and he's an actor. And tonight we have Mr. Kareem Everison. Kareem, In the first segment, we talk about where you're from, your career, where they started, and all this great information like the fundamentals to know more about your career. Tell us about your projects in the last 2 or 3 years.
Okay, so in 2022, well, I started acting actually in 2022. My first role that I landed was on a movie called Paperline.
Okay.
So my mentor, Mike McClaskey, he's a former professional wrestler. He's also a former actor.
Yes.
He's a writer, and he's also an author. He wrote his own book.
Awesome.
Excuse me, I'm sorry. So we started writing. We co-wrote a film called Dream Reels
All right.
together. But he got me into acting because when he saw a casting call for Paperline, they were looking for young black African American males with athletic martial arts experience, and I submitted to the casting call, and I got chose to be a part of the movie. Very
Nice.
successful movie, Paperline. It's on Amazon Prime and it's on Tubi. So,
Awesome. Awesome.
so 2018, I mean 2022, December 18th, we shot Dream Reels, my film that I co-wrote with Mike McClaskey, and it was an action film inspired by the 40s,
Okay.
little Michael Jackson, Smooth Criminal,
Okay. Okay.
gangster
Nice.
type of film, short film. It's a short film teaser. Um, it's a whole lot of action in that Dream Reels, a whole lot of action, a lot of martial arts, and it was fun.
Nice, nice. And that was your first time, putting a pencil to create a film.
Yes, writing the script, that was my first. Um, so getting into acting and being a part of movies, being a part of film, it inspired me to start writing.
Nice,
Yeah.
nice. And that was 2022. Since that point, I believe, because the conversation before we start the show, uh, then you saying, okay, definitely this is a gift because I has not been taking formal trainings on acting or writing and bringing a message.
Yes.
Okay, tell us about that.
Well, I believe it is a gift. I mean, I didn't mention it, but I also used to write poetry
Okay.
or spoken word poems. I used to write a lot, actually, but writing scripts is a whole different, a whole different thing. But for me, it's just, I don't know. I really believe it's a gift, just being creative. I just was inspired to just start writing. And the reason why, because I wanted to put myself in roles, that I probably wouldn't normally. I didn't have experience being in, or maybe I wouldn't have gotten cast to be in that role. You know, I believe as an actor, it's good to write. It also helps you like get into character, like
Mhm.
writing a character. That's how I see it.
Yeah, basically, if you are the writer and also you have the opportunity to perform
Yes.
that role, that basically put more. We're gonna use the word sauce
Yeah.
on that role because you have that feelings, you have that emotions that you want to transmit
Yes.
to the public. Then they understand better each role, in particular the ones that you wrote and the ones that you are performing.
Yeah. I agree.
That's 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 amazing, man. That's
Appreciate it.
amazing, and
Yeah.
congratulations,
Thank you.
because it's not everybody can do that. Some people they try to write a poem and basically they say no, forget it. They put it on the garbage. Then hey,
I mean, there's been some I threw away, to be honest, but there's there's a lot that I've written that I take joy in. There's one that I wrote in 2020 actually, because it's called Overcome. It's on my
yes,
YouTube channel. Um, what inspired me to write that was seeing um, the way the world was in 2020 with the whole riots and COVID, and I wanted to also glorify God in the poem, the spoken word. So I was able to do that, which was it was amazing. I love that poem. Overcome. It's on my YouTube channel. So yeah.
That's great. That's great. In having that opportunity, also you create a network,
Yes.
because you start networking and start seeing, the opportunities and who you can collaborate for future projects, and also creating basically a group of talents
Yeah.
then you will trust
Yeah.
to use for any of these future projects that you might have.
Oh yeah.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's great. Now, have you thought to do anything combining? And this is a question. Uh, Basically, I call it to have you thinking. The passion of wrestling mixed with your passion of acting and the passion for God.
Yes. I have. I have. There's I have so many ideas of films coming up that incorporates all of the aspects of
Mhm.
myself.
Yes.
Um, I think the most recent actually is a short film that I written and produced, as well as I co-written and I starred in, called Spiritual Lenses.
Okay.
Yes.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. Awesome. Yes. I always bring, that kind of question. Then people start thinking, like, okay, it's not, they gave you the idea to
Yeah.
start, okay, let me put it in writing and start combining all this to create a short or feature film.
Yeah.
Most definitely. But let's take another short
Okay.
commercial break. And people, remember to send us your comment or question. You like to hear them on the show. The number is 407-476-9059. Remember to say my name, Joe Batista, followed by your name, your comment or question. And you could also hear here in Beeline to Passports on GKI Radio. Welcome back. Welcome back from commercial break. Great music. You're listening GKI Radio. My name is Joe Batista. I'm the host of Beeline to Passports every Monday at 8 p.m. on this dial. And tonight we have a special guest. This special guest, he is a writer, actor, stunts, producer, and professional independent wrestler, and his name is Kareem Everison. Kareem, we talk about your projects. We talk about the different areas that you have been working on, the wrestling, also the acting. We want to know now, what projects you are working as we speak?
Okay. Well, I just want to talk about my project Guard My Heart, which I
Okay,
just completed in October. It's in post production right now.
awesome.
So this project, I I can't wait for everybody to see this project. So I also co-written this project with my mentor Mike McClaskey. The project is it incorporates art because
Hmm.
I'm also an artist. I paint, incorporates art, incorporates security because I've done security work, and it's
As
about
as a wrestler, you can do that,
oh yeah.
and do a body slam to anybody
Yeah.
legally.
So so the story of Guard My Heart, basically the security guard Devin, who I play, he has a friend Michelle. She's an artist,
Mhm.
and she's opening up her she just opened an art gallery. She's preparing for an art show, and she hires these movers who secretly they're actually burglars. So they return to the art gallery in the night, and they try to steal her heart painting, which is
Wow,
worth a couple $1,000s.
wow.
So the story with the heart painting is she Michelle's talking to the her corridor,
Hmm.
and there's some words on the heart painting, and she asked the corridor, "Do you see what that says?" The corridor said, "No. What does it mean?" So the words are backwards, so she couldn't really understand what it meant. So Michelle said, "It says Devin because he's the one who kept my heart going." The reason why is that because Devin and Michelle, how they met, was in the hospital. Michelle's fiance at the time was dying, and Devin's sister was dying of cancer. So
Mm,
they met and they bonded over that. So in the story, they're in love. They love each other, but they're not in love.
okay,
But he guards her heart. He protects her. He sees these burglars on the camera. He's watching cameras and sees these burglars trying to steal her artwork. So he goes down to the art gallery, and there's a big fight scene. Yeah,
nice.
it's pretty. It's a lot of action, a lot of art. Uh, the the thing that I love about this film that I'm excited for everyone to see it is really the artwork, not just the martial arts action, but the artwork because a lot of the artwork are original pieces of mine that I painted.
Nice,
Yes,
nice.
and the heart painting, it was a collaboration with me and my girlfriend. We painted it together, Alexia Rivera. So yeah,
Nice, nice, nice. And next week we're gonna have Alexia in our show,
cool.
and we're gonna talk about several things and how you guys met and all these great things. Um, Now you talk about this, you know, you adding more as an artist,
Yes.
painter, wrote poems.
Yep.
The wrestling is an art. It's an entertainment, but it's a combination with sports
Yes.
and also entertainment. I know I used to work for the WWE doing some services for them. Um, Beside that, write films,
Yes.
producing films, acting. Can you sing? Because that's the only part I gotta say. Can you sing? Because if you sing, then
Well,
basically you're a total package now.
well, it's funny you say that because so when I was younger, I actually wanted to be a singer. Like I was a huge Michael Jackson fan. I'm like, I want to be the next Michael Jackson, but I didn't have the voice, so that's
Okay,
why I started writing spoken word poems. So I can still have my voice out there, but I don't have to sing. I can speak.
okay,
But there's a film that I started working on in 2022 in May, and I just wrapped a project. I've done a couple. I've done a couple scenes recently for the project, some pickup shots, as well as I went to the studio to record music
nice.
because my character is a musician.
Okay,
So it's
okay,
called Heaven Song.
okay. You adding that uh, basically extra area than you has been adding for to become the total package as an entertainer.
Yes.
Basically, when you go to the ring, you can sing, dance, also, do some martial arts and stunts, and your
Yeah.
audience they're gonna be okay. That's gonna be my favorite wrestler for now. Oh, talking about that, had you have any championship? Mm, let's say recently, I have a good friend that he was a a tag team champion.
Yeah.
But have you have any championship recently?
Well, actually, and there's a promotion called Florida Gulf Coast
Okay,
Wrestling. So back in April 2022, I actually won their heavyweight title. But
nice.
I've been so caught up in acting, and the promoter is actually an actor too and a musician, Preston Kane. I got him into the acting, and he's just been so busy with that. But I haven't defended my title yet, so
You still
I'm still the champion. I'm still the heavyweight champion.
nice,
Yeah.
nice. Now you can say I have a heavyweight champion in the show,
The cool
people.
champ.
And Dr. Jim, I know you were
Yeah, I know
our
him.
show and you won also several championships. uh,
Dr. Jim was actually in my film Guard My Heart. Yeah, he was an actor as well as a producer on the project as well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the Dr. Jim, the Golden Boy.
Yes.
When he came, we were talking about wrestling, and we were talking about how he started and how he combined the dentistry with the wrestling.
Okay.
Always he said, he fixed your teeth during the morning, and in the evening he break it. He's making double money.
Yeah.
Most definitely. All
Working
right,
hard.
but that's great. That's great, and you defending a champion, involved on all these areas of the entertainment. And have you worked outside of the state of Florida in any projects?
In entertainment, and as far as acting, any projects, no, not yet.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Not yet. Yes, because I have a lot of friends. They been submitting for Cobra Kai, and they've been involved in the Cobra Kai series.
Yeah.
And they basically everybody's going to Atlanta now to
Oh yeah.
go and do Atlanta. The state of Georgia is the hot state right now for films.
Yeah.
Everybody they're looking to move on that direction to have their career develop. Basically, they need to start looking on that and going to the state of Georgia
Yeah.
because for films, it's very busy.
Yeah, actually, I plan to submit for Cobra Kai because last year at the Sunscreen Film Festival, myself as well as the other actors and martial artists from the movie Paperline,
Mhm.
we performed a live martial arts demonstration for Martin Cove, who's
Nice,
on Paperline. So I
nice.
mean, who's on Cobra Kai?
Cobra Kai, yeah.
So for me, being a part of Cobra Kai, I mean, it only makes sense.
Yes,
Yeah.
and most when that kind of, let's say, series is already well known, it's established,
Yeah.
and it's established on a big network, and that will help to launch your career. Let me tell you, 1,000%.
Oh yeah.
We've seen your face there. You can add that on your IMDb
Yeah.
and your resume, and people start looking for Kareem more often
Yeah.
to do big projects like
Oh yeah,
that.
that's what I'm going for. Big projects. I'm big screen Kareem. That's what I call myself. So
Awesome,
yeah, yeah,
awesome, awesome, awesome.
yeah.
And what is your name on the wrestling? You use your actual name, or
My name in wrestling, I am the cool dripping, fool kicking, king of cool, Kareem Everison. That's my name.
Nice. I like it. I like it.
Appreciate
Sorry, Benji. But I like this guy too. Let's take another short commercial break. And when we come back, we're going to continue learning more about Mr. Kareem. And people, thank you for being with us for these 7 seasons on air here on GKI Radio. And every Monday at 8 p.m., we have a new guest, then bring us their stories that basically they can help you if you have some questions or something that you want to achieve. They might have that answer provided by our guests. But let's take this short commercial break, and we'll be right back with more of Beeline to Passports on GKI Radio. We are back. We are back from commercial break. Great music. You're listening GKI Radio. My name is Joe Batista. I am your host. And tonight we have a special guest. His name is Kareem Everison. He is an actor, stunts. He performs some stunts, writer, producer, professional wrestler, and so much because he already told us that he's a painter. Very soon he's gonna be singing and all these things. We don't know play any instrument.
No, I don't play any
Okay,
instruments. No.
you just
Not
think
yet.
about
Not
that.
yet.
Just get some guitar classes. Percussion is the easiest. I'm a percussionist.
I mean, I could play guitar a little bit, but I don't play any instruments. You know, like there's more
Well,
than one. So.
don't do like Jeff Jarrett. They use the guitar just to hit people. You never know, wrestlers. All right. Tell us about projects. One year from now, plans, 5 years from now, and also your IMDb, your social media.
Okay. Well, actually, this Sunday I'm working on a project called Basketball Jones. I'm gonna
Okay.
be on there working on that project. I have another project next month where I'm gonna be doing some stunts. I'm playing a creature. I'm gonna be wearing prosthetics and makeup and all that. It's gonna be fun. So I have
Nice.
that coming up. I can't disclose the name and right now, but I'm working on it.
We understand.
Yeah.
We understand.
So my future in the future, I just want to continue to act and do stunts, and I'm actually getting back into the wrestling ring for the first time in almost 2 years.
All right.
So March 30th, I'm gonna be wrestling in Tampa at the Emperor's Gentlemen's Club.
Okay.
Yeah, we're putting on a wrestling show there for the people, and it's gonna be fun.
Yes, yes, and but not defending your championship.
No, I'm
basically.
actually gonna be in a tag match.
Okay.
I'm gonna be tagging with a pro wrestler by the name of Eddie Two Rivers, Chief Eddie Two Rivers.
Okay.
So I'm gonna be tagging with him against Patrick Cassidy and El Gallo Negro. Yeah, so some tag team action.
Nice.
Because this is my first match in almost 2 years since I started acting.
Okay.
So
Okay.
tag match just to get me back in the door.
Nice.
I've been missing wrestling. I miss fighting.
That's sad, but at the same time, it's funny. It's sad that you miss start hitting people with or doing body lifting. You never know.
I have this other project coming up called that I written called Park Danger.
Okay.
In this project, my character is a park ranger who saves this girl from being human trafficked.
Okay.
Yeah, she escapes from the van of a human trafficker, and she runs to my aid. She runs to me. I aid her, and I defend her against these human traffickers, and so a whole bunch of action involved in that. A lot of martial arts action. I love action films. That's mostly the films that I've written, and that I continue to write. I just action is me, the pro wrestling, and I do have martial arts experience as well, and I love doing stunts, so that's the movies that I write.
That's awesome, and you're doing something that you love. That's the most important part, because I've been participating on different films, but like you, I love the action ones. Then you can basically develop on that area. Love stories, yeah, participate in a couple of those,
Yeah.
but mine, and comedy in couple of those as well. But action, I prefer action,
Yeah.
to pursue people with guns and jumping and do a couple things, to have most of my character has been police officer. I don't know. My dad was a police officer. Probably that's the reason why I always cast for a police officer or a judge.
Yeah.
Except that I did one as a priest.
Yeah.
I was like, but before the priest, I was the devil.
Wow.
There was something weird there.
Yeah.
I have in one film I was the devil, and the next one I was the priest. Was God calling me back? And
Yeah.
you can go that route.
Yeah, I love action films. I mostly write action films, but I wouldn't mind doing a little romance films. Like there was one that I written and I was working on with my girlfriend as well. It was a Christmas romance film,
Okay.
but there was some action in it because I have to incorporate action.
Okay. Yeah.
So
No.
yeah,
Definitely. Definitely. Make it more fun. You know.
yeah,
And yes, like the Christmas Carol. Yeah, that's fun. That
yeah.
that good. But I prefer Mission Impossible.
Oh yeah,
Um, they have comedies, but I still loving Die Hard.
yeah,
You know,
yeah,
it's kind of movies. Then you always gonna look for it on action and make you more like you being
yeah,
involved in the wrestling, and always you need to be moving and doing some stuff that the people can see it and you can perform on
yeah,
that part. That's that you feel more comfortable
yeah.
doing. That's good. That's great. Tell us about your social medias and also your IMDb.
Okay, so on IG, I am at Insta King of Cool. I'm also Big Screen Kareem on IG. Um, I you can find me on Threads, Insta King of Cool, and Facebook Kareem Everson. I have a fan page for my pro wrestling, The King of Cool. On Twitter, I am Everson_Kareem. YouTube channel Kareem Everson. IMDb Kareem Everson. I want to talk about this one film that I did last year.
Awesome.
Uh, it's a faith-based film.
Okay. Yes.
This film is called Spiritual Lenses.
Yes.
So last year Easter, I attended a church service. My pastor, she was praying and prophesying over me. She said, "You're going to be doing big things for God. You're going to be doing films that glorify God." So I go home after service, and this idea just came to me. It's almost like God was just speaking to me. He was, and I started writing. I co-wrote it with a friend of mine, and we just came up with this film called Spiritual Lenses. The story is these two Christian evangelists, almost like superheroes.
Okay.
We have these spiritually anointed sunglasses, and with these sunglasses, we can see into the spiritual realm. So we ran into some drunks. There was a husband and wife in the scene arguing. We put the sunglasses on, and we could actually see the demons, the spiritual forces attacking these people. Like,
Wow.
so there's a whole bunch of martial arts in there in the film. You can when the audience see the natural realm, they see us praying for these people, but they also see the spiritual realm where we're actually fighting demons in martial arts style. So
Wow.
yeah, and this film was actually just selected. We did it for OIF, Orlando Independent Filmmakers Challenge,
Hmm.
but this film just got selected to the Christian International Film and Music Festival. I submitted it to it and they selected it. So I'm really excited for this project.
And that's coming up in
Yeah,
May
it's coming
here
up.
in the Orlando area.
Yes,
Awesome. 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 Congratulations.
thank you.
Congratulations. Basically, that's going to be your route, doing more Christian based films.
Yeah, that's where I want to go. I want to do more faith based projects.
Hmm.
Um, I don't mind doing secular projects, but I'm very selective on which projects I choose.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah. I did some part for JC Films
Okay.
in the past, and yeah, they're big, right now. They are not only in the United States, they have some chapters in Africa and other countries, because they basically what they want to develop, and they have a channel now on Roku,
Yeah.
is JC Plus. Then you can basically subscribe and you can have their all Christian based films with well-known people. Then that is a big community,
Yeah.
and it's basically a big change on what they want to bring for the Christian base. Because before there was all the time talking about the Bible,
Yeah.
or they were all the time talking about Jesus Christ. Let's say this way, but now they bring in what's happening in the society,
Yes.
then what's happening in the society, and try to transform and bring the people to the right path. And that is what I love from the JC films,
Yeah.
because not only they bring the situation that happened, for example, human trafficking.
Mm.
Um, Ghost Trader. I work on Ghost Trader. That's about human trafficking. And for the people don't know, sadly, Orlando is the number one place in the United States of human trafficking.
Yeah.
And most is because the theme parks.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Sadly, that happened, and from based on that situation, they create that Ghost Trade and other. They have two more films. One previous of the Ghost Trader. Then talk about that human trafficking. It's the same thing with the Sounds of Freedom.
That's a good movie.
That's
It's
an
sad though.
amazing movie,
Yeah.
and most amazing than big organization like Amazon, um, then also the Prime, Netflix, Lionsgate. They say no to them, but Angel Studios decide to. We're gonna take the chance, and look what they did.
It's amazing.
Right
Yeah.
now, they have one. It's called Cabrini. That's an amazing story.
Yeah.
They've been doing films, then they're so amazing, and they have a call behind every single film. And that basically what I'm gonna say is the idea
Yeah.
when we do films
Mhm.
is to have a message
Exactly.
then the audience uh, capture, but also it's gonna be a call of attention
Yes.
for people to do, because right now in our society they have many issues that we need to deal.
Yes. And see, that's the message. That's what I wanted to and also a call to attention, like you said. That's what I wanted to translate in spiritual lenses. And I believe I did that. So the Lord wanted me to show people the power that we have in prayer.
Yes,
You know what I mean? Like you make like prayer is very powerful, man. It's very powerful. When we pray, things move. You know, like if you're being spiritually attacked by anything, demonic forces, like if you pray, it works.
yes, yes.
Like we're beating these things up. Like it's a spiritual war. You know what I mean? Like we're actually fighting a spiritual battle. That's what I believe in my faith.
Yes, and amen, because it's like that. When you pray and you basically put your plans in the hands of God, anything gonna happen.
Yes.
Everything going to happen, because He's the one that guide us
Yeah.
to achieve whatever He have that we need to achieve.
Greater things, great things.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
A final thoughts before we finish our show.
Well, I just want to say I appreciate you for having me on, and this was fun, man. I really enjoyed this. This is it's probably my second podcast,
Awesome, awesome.
but this is the most fun I've had. So thank you.
Well, thank you for accepting the invitation and being here, bringing us your information, your talents. Then the people know more about you. They start following you on the social media, and also looking for all these projects that you have been done and the future projects that you're going to achieve. And best luck with everything that you've been doing and defending your championship when it's the time to defend.
Yep.
I want to know when to
Yes.
see if I can be there and cheer for your rival, not for you.
Appreciate you, man.
All right. Well, thank you, Kareem, for the opportunity to interview you and know more about you and your career. And people, thank you for another show. Thank you for another opportunity to be in your dial. And again, thank you for being with us in another B Line to Passports. And remember, be a leader, rock the world, inspires others with your emotions in control. Good night.